Okay, you've decided enough is enough and you get sick of carrying around all these fishing baits when you go camping and using less than half of them. Or you've realized that your camping trips could be spiced up with a little fishing. And so you decide to go to the store to pick out a couple lures, but you realize there's so many options and you're completely overwhelmed. Let me help you with that. Here's a list of 3 different baits that'll allow you to fish for many different species over different structure, cover, and depths. This list was made with the idea of covering the most amount of water as a fishing strategy. Oh yeah, my name's Ben, I'm a paddlehead. First off is the spoon. A lot of new anglers don't have a lot of faith in the spoon, but trust me, it catches fish. This classic bait can be worked in a few different ways at many different depths, and it can catch just about any kind of fish there is. Spoons are very versatile. You can steady retrieve this bait, you can do a stop and go kind of fashion, or you can also vertically jig this kind of bait. When you vertically jig it, it'll flutter and it'll go side to side like this. And when you do a steady retrieve, it'll just kind of wag itself back and forth just like this. And depending on how fast you retrieve it, that depends on how high or how low it's gonna ride in the water column. But this will typically ride within the top portion of the water column. But be careful, if you reel this in too fast, it will actually end up just kind of spinning and what we call blow out, which you don't want to happen. You want that kind of nice, steady, back and forth kind of action. You can also be successful when trolling from a canoe with this bait when you're over about 4 to 15 feet of water. Adam actually put together a video all about trolling from a canoe right up here, and it's jam-packed with information, so check that out if you're interested. Second is a crankbait. Crankbaits are excellent for getting you down deep, right in front of the fish's faces, and they always look like little fish. I never used to be much of a cranker, but Adam kind of convinced me to give them a shot, and for once he was actually right about something. They catch fish, they're great. You're gonna be a taco, okay? Thank you. Just like spoons, you can straight retrieve these baits or you can twitch them just underneath the surface. But unlike spoons, the faster that you pull these in, the deeper they typically go. Try throwing a crankbait around drop-offs and weed edges. And you can also try trolling this from behind your canoe when you're going over some deeper water. Most lures will actually say how deep they run, so you know how deep you'll go before you start getting snagged. And also crankbaits, they'll catch just about any kind of fish. Fish eat fish. If you want to see more videos about how to make your backcountry fishing experience easier, make sure you hit that subscribe button and check out more of our videos. Third, and my personal favorite, is a spinnerbait. Spinnerbaits are awesome at covering a ton of water and they're practically weedless. And spinnerbaits have caught me a ton of fish. Oh, this is great, this is great. You can throw this lure in some pretty weedy areas without worrying about getting snagged, meaning you can fish those tight cover areas. You'll typically fish this bait in a straight retrieve kind of fashion, which will kind of keep it up in the top portion of the water column, like the shallower zone. Try throwing this bait right in the weeds, around weed edges, and around the drop-offs. These baits are typically good for bass, pike, and walleye if you can get it deep enough, or if you can get them late enough at night.
No. If you're looking for something truly weedless, you have to go with a paddle tail and a weighted swim bait hook.
Well, yeah, sure, they're great, but I could...
This hook right here. Bring a couple of those. They make lighter ones, heavier ones. This will allow you to fish shallow. You can fish deep with these, let these sink right to the bottom, just drag them right along bottom. These are as versatile as baits get, and they're not so flashy. Sometimes you just need that little thump from the tail. I've caught bass on these. I've caught walleye on these. You can catch just about anything with a paddle tail. It looks just like a minnow. And if you're wondering what that paddle tail is on there, that is a rib kicker by Limestone Lures. Check those out.
Plus, if you bring the rib kicker with a spinnerbait, you can combine the two and get a whole different profile. So, okay, four baits. Now, what color do you choose? White, black, and fire tiger are great colors to get you started. But if you want to hear us go more in depth about color, check this video out here. We'll catch you later.